I was deployed when it happened. While I was gone, someone decided my family's land was available. No calls, no warnings, just signatures and confidence. When I came home, there were 35 houses standing where nothing should have been. They thought they owned the ground. They didn't know I owned the water. And water doesn't argue, it remembers. All I did was follow the law and let gravity finish the conversation.
When I finally came back, I thought I was lost. The road looked wrong. Where there used to be trees, there were rooftops. Where there was silence, there were driveways and lawn signs. 35 houses stood where open land had been. All new, all expensive. Then I saw it. An old boundary marker, crooked, half-buried, but still there. That's when it hit me. I wasn't lost. They were. The HOA paperwork said the land belonged to them now. They called it a clerical adjustment. When I finally came back, I thought I was lost. The road looked wrong. Where there used to be trees, there were rooftops. Where there was silence, there were driveways and lawn signs. 35 houses stood where open land had been. All new, all expensive. Then I saw it. An old boundary marker, crooked, half-buried, but still there. That's when it hit me. I wasn't lost. They were. The HOA paperwork said the land belonged to them now. They called it a clerical adjustment. No compensation, no warning, just confidence. The kind that comes from assuming no one will push back.
I tried doing this the normal way. Emails, meetings, letters sent certified. The HOA board smiled and redirected me to their attorneys. The attorneys redirected me to the county. The county sent me back to the HOA. Every door led to the same sentence. Everything was approved. But approval doesn't change physics, and it doesn't erase rights. Because while they were counting homes, they never checked the one thing that mattered most: the water. The lake wasn't decorative, it wasn't optional, and legally, it wasn't theirs. The dam wasn't a rumor or a loophole. It was real, built decades earlier with the Army Corps of Engineers, surveyed, engineered, permitted under federal law. This wasn't some backyard levee. This was infrastructure, and it sat entirely on land my family still legally owned, no matter what the HOA claimed. I pulled the records, old maps, federal filings, core documentation with signatures that outranked every HOA rulebook combined. That's when the tone changed. Calls stopped getting returned. Emails went quiet. They finally realized what they'd built next to. I didn't rush anything. That part matters. The dam was operated exactly as designed, exactly as permitted. No shortcuts, no violations. Then the forecast changed. Rain moved in slowly, steady, relentless. The lake level rose the way it always had. Spillways engaged the way they were engineered to. Water followed gravity, not legal opinions. The lake expanded back to its natural boundary, a boundary that existed long before marketing names like Lakeview Estates. I watched from higher ground. No chaos, no explosions, just water moving patiently into places it had always claimed. Lawns vanished first, then patios, then the idea that those houses were permanent. The dam didn't fail. It worked, exactly as designed. Emergency meetings were called. Sirens echoed. People asked how this could happen. The answer was simple. It didn't happen. It was always going to. News crews arrived before apologies did. The HOA blamed unexpected conditions. Developers blamed legacy infrastructure. I showed the reporters the documents, the maps, the permits stamped with federal authority. Insurance companies started denying claims. Turns out negligence doesn't count as a natural disaster.
Board members resigned quietly. Lawyers stopped posturing. 35 houses sat in limbo, each one built on an assumption instead of a right.
Court wasn't dramatic. No shouting, no speeches, just paper. The land transfer was invalid, the water rights were clear, the dam operation was lawful. Case closed. Settlements followed. Homeowners sued the HOA sued the developer. Some people packed up and left. No case against me survived. You can't trespass on what you legally own.
People online call this revenge. It wasn't. It was correction. If I hadn't enforced the law, the next major storm would have. Water doesn't negotiate. It only waits. The mistake wasn't the flood. The mistake was pretending the land had forgotten what it was. It hadn't, and neither had the water. This isn't a story about anger. It's about arrogance, about what happens when developers assume paperwork beats history. Houses can be demolished, HOAs can dissolve, but water rights endure. If there's one lesson here, it's this. Before you build something permanent, understand what's older than you, because nature always enforces the fine print.